One story that always sticks out to me is I was doing a story about a street vendor. During the height of the pandemic, it was really scary. No one was allowed on the street and street vendors weren't allowed to work. This man, he's known for his quesadillas. He felt so passionate about people that couldn't feed their families, didn't have enough money to get food, went out every week and served 100 people quesadillas, whatever he had available to him every week for free. I mean, he couldn't even keep the lights on in his house, but he felt moved to take care of his community, and that always sticks with me. My name is Sophie Flay. I am a daughter, I am a sister, I am a journalist, and I'm a co-host. When I was little, I knew that my dad was on TV and I knew that he was a chef, but fame didn't make sense to me. That didn't click. I was on a school bus, on the way home from school in elementary school, and I remember some kid turning around and saying, "Hey, your dad's on TV." And I was like, how did you know that? But like, if he had the Food Network on at home, of course he did. People are always like, why don't you want to be a chef? Why don't you want to cook? I'm like, we have that covered. Like, I'm gonna go do my own thing. My parents always had the news on when I was younger. Sometimes, if there was a musical performance on the Today Show, my mom would let me go to school a little bit late just to watch someone that I loved. So I always watched the news when I was young. And then when I was thinking about going to school and trying to decide what I wanted to do, I knew that it had to be some aspect of storytelling. I thought journalism would be a great fit for me, and I went to USC. It was the most incredible academic experience of my life, but I really learned how to be a journalist there. I love telling stories about ordinary people doing extraordinary things. I really learned that when I interned at the Olympics. You see these unbelievable people, but if you saw them, walking next to you on the street, you might not recognize that that's a gold medalist. It's a very special experience to be a part of. A proudest moment for me thus far is getting my job. I mean, I have a dream job. I feel so grateful every day to be able to do what I do.
The Huntington Beach Police Department says they are still investigating this. No arrests have been made, and the shop will be closed for the next 4 days.
Most days I'm a one-woman band. So that means I'm carrying all my equipment, I'm editing, shooting, the whole nine. I do think people often think it's very glamorous, and it's an honor to be able to do the job, but it is not the most glamorous job. Just because we're on TV doesn't mean that, someone's carrying our equipment or doing our makeup. All of that is done, for the most part, ourselves. You have to be curious if you want to be a journalist. Like, it has to be something so instilled in you, I think. Someone could definitely call me a little too nosy every once in a while. But you also have to be able to adapt. You have no idea where the day can take you. And I find a lot of stories through social media.
I've never used TikTok to try to find someone for a story, but here goes nothing.
But also, sometimes I'm just driving, not even working, I'm just driving down the street and I see a telephone pole that has like a flyer on it, and I pull over to go check it out. I see a new restaurant, I pull over and see if I can talk to the manager. I'm so curious all the time. My mind never rests in that way. I have a lot of moments of imposter syndrome, for sure. I was told once that it would be very hard for me to make my own name for myself because of my last name. But as I've gotten older, I've learned it only matters if you prove it to yourself. As soon as you compare yourself to other people, or even me trying to compare myself to my dad and his success and his career, is not gonna help me at the end of the day. We're very close. We have an amazing relationship, so I'm very lucky to be able to work with him in the way that I am. And it's funny because we do a show together where we run around different cities and show each other different restaurants.
Like father, like daughter, chocolate banana jam cakes. Our favorite activity is tracking down the best places to eat.
And that's what we do on our days off. So, we're working, but it doesn't feel like it. It's so much fun. I'm definitely proud to be a Flay. I mean, my dad has worked so hard and he has totally earned his spot. Growing up with a well-known last name means that I have to prove myself even more so.
From selling baked goods out of their home to their own brick and mortar shop. I'm Sophie Flay in Silver Lake, and we'll take you inside Gemini Bake Shop for their 1-year anniversary.
Every day to show that I'm more than just my dad's daughter. That also means working really hard. You can't trade hard work, you can't trade experience, and every day, I am just working just as hard as the next person to prove that I also deserve to be in the same room.